Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Denis. I'm a 5-dan Go player from France. I actually am also half Turkish. So that's why I met the Turkish Go players about 2 years ago when I was doing an internship in Istanbul. So I spent like a couple of months there, and I went to the Go club. So I met like all the Go players in Istanbul, and it felt really good. I really liked the Go players. They were really kind to me, and there's a good atmosphere. So that's why the organizers asked me to come on this final game of the Istanbul tournament. I actually was quite surprised to see how big tournament is it. Yes, I remember there was like 170 players or something. So yeah, it's quite a lot. Even in France, like we have like many Go players as well. We don't have like those kind of tournaments with so many Go players. Even the Paris tournament doesn't have that much, so feels nice. You can tell me if there is any sound problem. I will constantly check the, not constantly, but I will sometimes check the YouTube chat. So don't hesitate as well if you have questions about the game that I will comment. Will be nice to interact with you as well. So this final game is about Özgür, Değirmenci against Altan, Kuntay. Özgür is 4-dan. I actually know him pretty well. When I was in Istanbul, we met there. Actually, we played quite a few games together. He's really strong. Like all of our games were pretty tough and close. Altan, I'm not sure if we have met, but I just know that he plays for the Pondanet. Like we played together many times for the Turkish team. So yeah, but I don't really know his style of play. Okay, so let's check that game. So about 40 moves have passed. So let's do this. So Özgür is white and Altan is black. So Altan started with Sanrense opening, which was quite popular like 10 or 20 years ago, I don't know. So I'm sure that you know that the AI that have come up in the last year changed the style of play a lot, especially in the opening stage. And yeah, basically what they are doing and telling is that corners are really important. Like you will see like invasion in San many times, while 10 years ago in the first 10 moves you would never see something like this, because we would say that it gives too much strength on the outside. But now they say that, okay, I just take the points and then your strength I can manage, I can erase your influence. They are really good at that. And now all the pros are trying to do the same. And also the amateur players, I don't know in Turkish how did it change the style or not, but in France, yeah, even the amateur players tries to invade Sansan directly or something. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lila directly invaded Sansan in a Sanrense. But we amateur Go players are not this strong in destroying like big Morios and stuff. So this is gonna be an interesting game because black made quite a big moyo. So white approached the corner and black pincer. Here there are two options, like there is the simple variation that Özgür tried, so just go to the Sansan. And here also there are two possibilities for black to block either on this side or this side. How we choose between the two is quite simple usually. If you want the upper side, then you should block with Q17. If you want the right side, you should block with R17. And in this position, actually, I'm sorry because I'm not used to OGS style, but okay, I can do it. So, since in this position we have this triangle stone, black would like to develop the right side, right? Because after like this kind of really simple variation that is really common, popular Joseki, then this stone is well placed. We usually say that when we have a wall, like black has right here, a wall needs an extension. And so this stone in Q10 is perfectly placed for that. So in this case, black would like to take this side. So that's what black did in the game. So yeah, it's quite okay. There are another possibility for whites is to just jump. And then there's another popular Joseki like this. So yeah, both are possible. It's just matter of style of play. Like this Joseki is more like AI style. Özgür says, okay, I just take the points and I will manage somehow to reduce your influence later on. It's just different style of play, but it's interesting. I actually quite like this kind of game. Like I take the points, you take the influence, and we will see what happens. Usually makes a big messy fight, so this should be interesting. But in this position, Özgür played here. This is also another variation from this Joseki. So here there's a cut. So when black cuts here, he's aiming at cutting those stones here. So there's a white weakness. But usually black doesn't play like this because after white extends, black has two problems. Should care about the 4 stones, and he also has to care about those 3 stones. So the idea for white is that whatever black protects, white will attack on the other side. So if black plays here, for example, then maybe white can pincer. Or maybe make himself a bit stronger than pincer something, and then it's a messy fight. It's possible. So black aim for the cut. And now the follow-up Joseki usually, is to play this Hane as black did in the game, to force white capture and sacrifice that stone to be strong in the outside. So that's what happened in the game. So far, common Joseki as well. This Joseki, how to say, is this side is quite strong compared to which variation was it? Compared to this variation, right? This is a bit thinner. Here there's some cut stuff. So black is a bit stronger in this shape, but there is a problem. Is that those 4 stones have a lack of liberties. So wherever you play this Joseki, you have to be aware that a move on this area is quite annoying. Because if you try to take the life base in this way, white has a nice Tetsuji, is this cut. And now this is pretty annoying for black. Because first instinct would be to capture, right? But if black captures, then white can just sacrifice that stone and actually kill the whole corner. Because black has only 3 liberties and white 5, so those black stones are dead. So, have to be aware that this move is quite annoying, like you should have to protect in this way if you don't want to let white destroy all your pawns. So, yeah. But white didn't invade directly, this for later. It's still the opening stage, so we first usually want to play on the empty side, the more open side. So Özgür approached here, which felt quite normal. Black pincered again, and this time Özgür jumped. He could also have chosen to enter the Sansan as well. And if we have a sequence like that, that would be really fun. Actually, I believe that the AI would play in this variation because they are really confident that all this strength that black made right here, approaching, touching stuff, because their reading is pretty good. So things, but it's a bit more difficult for some matchup players. So Özgür didn't want black to have this kind of strength. He's not maybe confident that he can destroy that. So that time Özgür just jumped and played the other popular variation that we talked about earlier. So I said earlier that the common Joseki is this, but maybe in this position Altan didn't want to play that because this wall is maybe he felt is working well to counter this black area here. So he didn't want to give white strength on the outside where he meant to make some points. So it makes sense. So instead, he decided to keep developing his own Moyo on the right side by playing this move. And then Özgür just killed the stone, which is pretty normal. It's a lot of points, and it stabilizes all the white group. My personal opinion is that white is not so bad. I mean, this Kema in 07 does make sense to develop the right side, but I'm really concerned, like, if white one day invades here, and so, as we said, if black plays here, then white can connect with this Hane. Yeah, that would be pretty terrible for black, because all of those stones almost don't make anything, right? Almost no points, only up to this area. It's like about 20 points, but so many stones are involved for those few points, right? So black doesn't want white to connect this easily, so he will probably try to resist like this. But the problem is, if white plays, I don't know, something like this, and as long as white doesn't die with those stones, then this stone has lost its meaning, right? If black cannot make points on this area as long as white is alive, then this square stone doesn't have any value, right? So this is a bit risky, I'd say, because if white invades, I'm not sure I can kill this stone. And if I cannot kill this stone, I don't know how I can make this one useful, right? So the idea in Go is always to make each of our stone useful, right? So as the opponent, if you can make stone value like 0, then it's really great, right? So I think if white invades, because of the weakness of the 4 stones, it's not so easy to expect a lot of points for black in this area. Okay, just check the YouTube chat. So yeah, feel free to ask any questions about anything, about what I'm saying. If you disagree or whatever, feels nice. So what happened after that? I don't remember the game. Oh yeah, black just approached the other corner, which is really big. It's totally normal. And white took the points. So I only checked up the game until that. Go back on the game and see how it happened after that. Okay. Then black approached here, which is a good move. I guess I would have played the same. This move could feel a bit weird because you might think that those 2 stones don't have their extension. So if white pincers it, then can be really difficult for black because those 2 stones don't have any life base, right? But in this particular case, in this position, it's quite easy to settle those black stones with this combination. So then what can white play? Like usually white wants to be active and play honey. And then black can play double honey, and it actually is not easy for white to cut this, because if white cuts here and then go back, then white can break up and destroy all the corner. And if white plays here, then I guess black can just connect. Still really difficult to cut anything because black has double Atari here. So white has a lot of weakness, which usually forces white to go. And then black can push, and actually a sequence like that, I would feel pretty happy as black. Why? Because in this kind of position, the upper side, now this side, is useless for both players, because all of the stones are on the 2nd and 3rd line, and they are black and white stones, so neither black nor white can expect a lot of points in this area. The maximum that any could play, like black can play this and make maybe 5 points. Yeah, white can play this and make about the same, like 10 points something. So it's not a big area. So this kind of side, yeah, I forgot the term. You usually want to put your opponent to play many stones on this side. So if black can have a sequence like that, like black would feel really good, because all the white stone almost don't make any points, but the weak black group that we actually thought was weak, now we see that it's quite strong, right? And actually all of those stones shine on the board now. They will make, they will be really useful on the outside. So all of that to say that it's not a big deal that black didn't protect its stones. So what did white do after that? Oh, well, okay, messy fight going on. White did pincer, which doesn't feel like a bad move. It's not a bad move either to pincer those two stones. I was just pointing out the fact that it's not so complicated for black to settle that. Yeah. Then black double approach. So it's like black approached the corner, white didn't answer. So black doesn't answer himself. So it's a psychological battle. It's quite interesting. And then white attached here. Now, yeah, it became really complicated. Simple variation in this kind of position. This is quite common Joseki, which doesn't feel bad for white because, I mean, those two and those stones here work pretty well, right? I mean, yeah, it seems like they're working well together. So I don't see any reason why it should not be happy about that. But white preferred to, so he attached here, which also makes sense because he says that those two stones can help me with the fight. So this also makes sense. So what happened after that? Black cut and extend. Okay. Then let me check a bit what happened after. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Big messy fight going on. So white Atarin played here. Then this happened. Is it the sequence that happened? Let me check once more. Yeah. And then black played here. Who's happy? It doesn't feel bad for black, right? I mean, black did manage to get a, I mean, I was gonna say a strong position. Actually, this is not completely alive, but so far it's, I mean, it should be handled quite okay, but I'm more worried about those white stones here. And this one as well. So white has two weak groups and black also has two not alive group, but black's group at least have more life base than white's. So my feeling is that black is a bit better, but it's still a really complicated fight. So really difficult to say. So let's go on a bit with what happened here. So first feeling would be to block to try to kill the two stones, but if white plays the Kosumi here, it feels quite difficult. So white should protect the corner. And then after black plays here, what to do for white? If white blocks, then black can just Atari, and cut, and then white is in trouble. So this is not good for white. So maybe white can do something like that, but Actually, it doesn't work either because this is cente, so the ladder works. So actually white is forced to connect. And if white is forced to connect, actually I'm a bit afraid for white because black can play this move in cente, like white has to block. Then I guess white dies in the corner. So that's why Özgür didn't choose this variation because it doesn't work. So what did he do? Yeah, he made his corner stronger before. So the idea is that if black answers, now this should work. This one, I guess. Well, I hope. Well, actually, I don't even know, but maybe it doesn't even work. But actually, maybe now white can answer like this. It's not, black cannot cut because the two stones are captured. So yeah, this would be a really difficult fight. I don't know who's gonna win this liberty race. Let's just check. Yeah, actually, if it's like this, white would die, but yeah, this would be really complicated. I don't know what could happen here. Anyway, for black, it feels quite normal to capture that stone. I mean, black entered in a white area, right? Like this was white's area, and black managed to capture a stone and connect these two groups here. So if this group can live, basically all the bottom side is destroyed. This feels quite pleasant for black, but the white's idea is to attack the 4 black stones. So white would like to do something like this, but this is quite difficult. Even just when black cuts here, what to do? I have no idea. So if white protects that side, then yeah, black can just capture the 2 stones and stabilize himself. And the biggest resistance for white would be something like that, but what to do after the cut? I don't see any way for white to get out of this. I don't see, because this move is sent for the cut as well, so feels difficult. Yeah, a bit dangerous for white, so it's not easy to capture the stone. And if play something like this, I guess white is afraid about what's happening in the corner. How to do though? I don't know. But maybe just something like that. Something like this happens. Probably white has to add one more move in the corner. Then it should not be so difficult for black to stabilize this group. And there's still a cut in f7. So white still has a lot of problems. Even the corner, I'm not sure. There might be still some agi. So white decided to protect the corner. So this feels wow, this is really nice test sushi. White could just block on this way, but yeah, he wanted to be more active. Like this is cente, so the corner is smaller and black would have more points. With this one, if we compare this to the sequence we just saw, this is much better for white. Yeah, the corner is much bigger, black has less points, and only one eye, and actually it's an eye that, I mean, if it's something like this, like it's really just an eye and help. So this is nice sequence because it's not, I mean, I didn't check really well, but can black break out here? So I guess white would extend, and then what? Black turns, what to do? And white cannot connect because the corner would die. So white has to do something like that. And then Atari go out. Actually, black just captures. What to do for white? I mean, if white protects the corner, then this is terrible for white. Black is so strong and he got so many points. So white should go out, or maybe put a bit more pressure like this. Then black just go through. And what to do for white? White's corner is almost dead. So actually, I'm wondering, what was white's plan after this move? Because if white plays here, then this exchange is meaningless for white, right? It's only a big loss. The only possibility for white would be, yeah, to go out with this stone. But then if black just play here, what to do for white? I have no idea. If white just play like this, then white is just dead. So white has to take a liberty, and after that, and connect and extend. White's corner seems like it's dying. Or actually, even simpler, maybe just jump. The corner is dead. So did I check all the sequence? I don't know, but really I don't know what to do to this turn. If black d3, white d3. Sorry, so I'm just checking the YouTube chat, and I believe there's a delay about 30 seconds. So I mean, I see your questions much later than what I'm doing. So Hatajan, if black e3, white d3. Ah, yeah, d3. Okay, so actually that's the sequence I was just going on right now. So if black e3. Oh, e3. White d3. Oh, like this, but then if white plays like this, then white not only lost a lot of points, but he completely life. This is not so bad, but giving life, this is really bad. You don't want to give life that easily to like, right? Even like this would be better. Like just like this is much better than what we just saw, right? So actually, maybe this move is overplay. What to do after that? Still can check a bit more. I cannot find anything for white. Yeah, I don't find anything after this black move. It's a pity. It feels like if black played here, actually, I mean, maybe not game over, but not so far. If white is forced to play this, it's really big loss for white. Really big loss. I mean, okay, maybe you can say that you protect the corner in center and you want to kill those 4 stones, but this is, I mean, if black just connects, is the corner really safe? I'm not sure what to do. What to do? Then just like this. I believe that white is gonna die. My feeling is that white's gonna die, but let's check a bit more. Just here and connect. Yeah, black is dead. I mean, white is dead. White is dead. Is there any way for white to live after this move? Maybe a touch here is commentator, but what to do after that? I don't know. I feel like white is gonna die in any case. Yeah. No, because black has an eye and white doesn't, so white is going to die. Anything else that white can do? I don't know. Like maybe here, but it doesn't change anything. If the black plays here, I still don't know what to do for white. This one still doesn't work, right? Just maybe, no, not deep move, but just study and connect. Yeah, still dead shape. But this dead shape has a lot of liberties. Oh yeah, no, this dead shape have a lot of liberties, so this is not good like this. But then just block. Oh, but then Atari. This white would be alive. So maybe just connect? Maybe just connect. Now what to do for white? Because if white tries to increase his liberty like this, I'm afraid that he just lose the liberty race. Like this. Then, yeah, white is just dead now. Because he cannot kill the 4 stones, so he doesn't have any liberties, right? So I could understand this variation, Hatajan, if white could protect the corner in center, but there's still a lot of weakness even after that. So yeah, don't know what to do after this move. Yeah, I don't know. But maybe they had really deep reading or something, but yeah, this really feels like dead shape. What to do else? Something like this. Then black can just connect. So it's not possible. Yeah. Yeah, white's corner is gonna die like this. So yeah, maybe black could have resist this variation. So let's go back to the game. How did this happen? Let me find the variation. So like this, this. And black protected. Okay. But still, as I said, I prefer black so far. Like the white stone in the center feel quite weak. So let's check what happened after that. Okay, this is gonna be really fun. Big fight is still going on. So what happened? This, then cut. Okay. Okay. So in the game, white played this move. How to think about how to play here? So in white's minds, okay, white has kind of two problems, like the square stones and the triangle stone. So usually when we have a weak group, we want to defend it, right? So let's just think, if white protects this group, then what can happen? Then black will go out, right? Something like this. Actually, who is this sequence good for? It's still not clear, but I guess white was scared about those stones here. That these stones might get in a really big trouble, and also if those stones are weak, then it means that it will be much easier for black to develop this area. So if white has a weak group running through the center, it means that black will have many center on this group, right? So it will help him develop his big moyo on the right side. So maybe white didn't want this variation. So that's why white played this move to try to close black in. But of course, there's still this weakness. So black cut here. So white definitely doesn't want to lose those three stones. Those are cutting stones. Cutting group and this group. None of these three groups is still alive. So it's really important not to lose those stones. Because if you lose them, not only black takes a lot of points by killing the three stones, but he doesn't have any problems anymore. He had three groups to handle, now he has 0. So this would be terrible. So white resists, plays Atari, and escapes here. So white is aiming at two things, I guess. He wants to break out with this move, and he also wants to put some pressure on this group here. White used two variations. So that, okay. The idea is that if black just capture that to settle this one group, okay, one group is settled. But then what happens after, I mean, maybe just block. Then black is dead, right? I don't think black can make two eyes. And if black cannot make two eyes, then yeah, white is pretty much happy, like really happy. It's really big territory on the bottom side, right? Anything, I don't see how to make even like this. Even if this one is sent, oh, if this one is sent, actually, maybe there is a second eye. Right? Oh yeah, there should be a second eye like that. Because there's I mean, maybe throw in once and then push. And there's a problem here. So let's check once more. So yeah, maybe just like this, so that this move is not sent there. Maybe just protect like this, and now difficult to make two eyes. Because anyway, it doesn't seem like black can escape toward the center. So yeah, like that, black would be dead. So black cannot afford that and decided to fight back and cut here. So still, white doesn't want to lose the 5 stones. So protected it. Okay. Then what happens? Interesting. So This time, if black decides to settle this group definitely, and then after white goes out, then it's really difficult for black. Like the two stones are almost dead. Or, I mean, you can save them, but you don't want to save them. Now the black's group on the left side feels like pretty dead. Even if it doesn't die, the four stones on the center are really weak. Like, I don't know. But I don't even know how to live. Nah, this can never live. Anyway, yeah, so this is not possible for black to do that because he will die on the side. So black decided to capture this stone and saying that now that I cut, you cannot kill me that easily. So white protected his group here and black played there to stabilize this group. Now this white stone is dead, so it means that the black group is much stronger, right? So black managed to save both of his group. So this should be a good news. But this move, yeah, I sent there. Sent there, right? Yeah. Black did protect. If black doesn't protect and I play something like that, then this is terrible for black. This, Atari, and connect like this, and yeah, black is dead, right? So black has to answer. So black answer. And what did I do? Okay. White played. So, what to say about all this sequence now? So, locally, black managed to save both of his group here. So, as he did that, it means that white lost a lot of points on the bottom side, right? And on the left side. So, in order to compensate, not compensate, like to, what's the English term? Like to make it even, let's say, for white, white has to make a really heavy attack on the two stones. Well, if white can kill the two stones, then this is good result for black, for white. Because the points that he lost on the left and the bottom side, he will get that on the upper left side. So this would be fine for white. But I'm quite afraid for white because if black manages to live, it doesn't matter how weak black is. If he manages to live, even though white can make a strong like this is completely useless because black is strong here. So if black lives on the left side, then white really didn't have anything because all of those stones would have really no value, like zero value, right? So white has no choice but to try to kill actually those two stones. But I think it's difficult to kill them. But let's check that a bit. Well, I'm saying that, but living is not easy either. How to live? Compensate. Oh yeah, it works. Compensate. Okay. With these two black stones, because I mean the problem is quite easy for black. If black lives with these two stones, black has a good game. because white has a lot of stones that don't work at all, that have no value. Still, there's a cutting problem here. Like, white would have to play like this. So even the white stone in the center could be in trouble. But let's not do that exchange because this might kill our two stones. Actually, just like this. This move feels annoying, doesn't it? How to answer? This move is really annoying. I mean, if white really wants to keep the pressure on the two stones, he has to play something like this, and then add one more move to kill them. But then it might not be that bad for black because the two stones now are captured in a much smaller way. I mean, maybe like, actually it's not easy because there's still a weakness here. And even like this, after white escapes, black escapes to the center, and then you cut here, then it's difficult for white. So even in this variation, I don't know how to capture the two stones clearly. But let's say that even though there's a way to capture the two stones clearly, then black goes out in the center. Actually, the white center group is super weak. And as we said together, a regroup running towards the center with this big black moyo would be a bad news for white because black would increase its moyo naturally, right? So what to do after that? If white connects here to save the center, then no, just like this should never die. Yeah, this group can never die. So this is exactly what we saw like before. Like if black manages to live like that, then game's over almost, right? Because all of those stones don't accomplish anything, right? So what to do for if white protects this one, then maybe it's the hardest way, but still difficult. Maybe just cut, and then what place here? Then still the same problem. The center, there will be a huge problem in the center. So what to do? If white tries to do something to the center, then it's difficult for white to handle both the center and the two stones and killing the two stones. So, yeah. Maybe, yeah, black can ask with this move. And what do you do like this? I would be pretty annoyed with this move. I wouldn't know what to do. Yeah, it feels annoying. But I believe that black Tanuki in the game. Maybe he's keeping that for later, or he didn't find any clear way to save the two stones, or at least do something with them. So black fought back here, which does make sense. Actually, I quite like this move locally because, as we said earlier, this group was really strong, right? But now that black had those many stones, it's not sure that this is strong anymore. So what to do as white after this move? So white blocks, black blocks, which is pretty much the game. Actually, black played this one. Okay, white cannot protect like this because it will just be teared apart in two. So this would be terrible for white. Yeah. So white has to turn here, and then what happened after the cut? So this is the game. So let's check what happened. So white decided to connect in this way, but let's check a bit what happens in the game. Oh my god. This became really ugly. Okay. Really difficult. So black would be really happy if we could capture those 4 stones. So white does have liberty problems around here, but white has those 2 liberties. It's not easy for black to do anything, clearly at least. So up to now, actually, black played in this variation and here. Wow. So if white descends, okay, black can just live, and the white group is quite in trouble. So actually, even if black didn't kill the 4 stones, still it's annoying for white. White's group is weak, and that's all black needs. Having a weak group to attack is always a good news. So same as before, if this white group is weak, it will be much easier for black to develop his big moyo. Yeah. So in the game, how did it happen here? And then white. Okay. White jumped here. He doesn't want to go down, which makes sense. It's at least it's a core threat. Maybe he can use in a different way, because if it's like this, if black answers, then black is dead. So if white plays here, then black has to play this one. So white could get a bit of endgame points by not descending. So this makes sense not to exchange, because white doesn't know if he wants to get endgame points or just if he manages to live to get something else. I don't know yet. Anyway, white played here. So he has to escape to the center. So let's check a bit the black group. Is black alive? Can white play this move to kill? Probably he can, because this is Atari now, so white has no problem. So white is still aiming at killing the black's group in the center. So yeah, black should be careful about that group. So what happened in the game? I will just check how far it advanced. Okay. So in the game up to there, what happened? Yeah. Okay. White played that move, which forces black to answer. We played here. And then played this move. I mean, this move does make sense, but why exchanging all those moves before on the first line? I'm not sure, because maybe white would like to use some stuff on this area, like at least some endgame. Maybe he can make a knight here, or at least some endgame in this area. So usually when you have 2 possibilities and you don't know yet which one is better, usually don't use any. Just wait to see how it happens and which one is better. Usually it's a better way. But white decided to exchange this move and then play here. Okay. What happened after that? Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm a bit stupid, actually. Oh yeah, I'm completely stupid, sorry. Those exchange totally makes sense because I thought white can never do that because there would be a snapback. After the white exchange, black cannot play this move. So, oh yeah, sorry, it's a pretty good exchange. Because after that, then if white can capture the L2 stones, not only white got the endgame point, but it stabilized all his weak stones. So actually, it's really good. Oh yeah, so if this weakness exists for black, then this is not a good sequence for black. Because after white played this move, black is forced to live. Then white just captured. And in the end, black didn't got anything. Really didn't got anything. So yeah, this is good sequence from white. Yeah, nice play, Özgür. I actually over. So now, yeah, this is quite terrible for black because this group really lived with 2 points. White made actually a lot of points here, and he has no problems. And the worst thing actually is that now the center group of white is much stronger, so it's much harder for black to save the 2 stones. The move I showed before, like this one, now, yeah, it's not such a big deal. Oh, but what to do though? I mean, still a complicated fight, but having this stone here helps quite a lot. So let's check what happened in the game. Okay. So black played that move. Yeah. Okay. So what's the idea? Yeah, it's quite an annoying move. What to do for white? It's not so easy. Like, if white simply captures the 2 stone in this way, it's maybe not so good. I mean, the stone would be quite small to capture. Like, if white only captures in this way, then black doesn't mind losing the 2 stones. Now it's not so big. Black would mind losing the 2 stones, I'd say, like in this way. Then if you lose them like this, then it's pretty big. But like this, not such a big deal. So white doesn't want to kill 2 stones like this. So yeah, this is I recognize Özgür's style of play. This is actually I really like this move. Like Özgür, from what I recall, has a really calm and patient style of play. Like always with global vision. Always care about the global vision and a lot of patience. So yeah, it says Okay, I don't want to capture the 2 stones like this, so I will first get stronger and attack in a big way. So after that, black touched here to try to connect the stones. And then what did black do? Oh, black exchanged it. So so actually black decided to sacrifice the 2 stones, which can make sense, but okay. So up to now, this is the game. So let's check. If I just capture the 2 stones, who's ahead? If black still wins, then this sequence is fine for black, because white will not play a move if he knows that he's losing. So let's check who's winning. So let's count. Let's take a bit of time to count. So on the upper left, how many points for white? So 30, 35. Let's say 35 for white. And on the bottom, we can add like, 15 points. So 50 plus the upper right, so 10. So 60 plus Komi. So let's say if black after that adds one more move, and let's say that there is no Aji, that white cannot go further than this one. So how many points for black? Like 50 points on the right side. 50 points, and the left side, let's say 10 points. So 60 plus 3 for the group alive in the center. So 63 plus a bit of potential in the center. So actually, it's quite a close game if it's like this. Because white at 60, black has 63 and some potential, but white has Komi and Sente. So actually this would be a close game. I see. This would be a close game like that. So I just wonder what happened in the game, and then I will go back to something else maybe. Whoa, okay. Big exchange that happened. 011 feels low. 011. Yeah, 011. Yeah, maybe you're right. I just pointed out like a really simple variation. Yeah, probably black is gonna play more, something like that at least. I agree with that. But are we 100% sure that this white group can never live? This would be, I mean, it's really difficult. I don't know. This would really depend on the player's fighting skills. But if white can get a call, then white is happy. If white can manage to do anything in this area, white is happy. So black has to kill everything in no condition. Even just like this, doesn't feel easy. I mean, maybe this can die, but it doesn't look easy. Yeah. I would leave this kind of deep to the players. Sorry. So, but anyway, let's just say that Black plays a move to defend this area in a way that he would be sure not to get invaded. So this would be, close game, quite close game. But actually, I'm just wondering now, if White invades right, what to do for Black? So if it's something like this, then that. This one, this time I would never be confident into killing this group. This is really difficult to kill because it's really open in the center, and White can also aim to use this stone to stabilize. So if White destroys this area, destroying this area is stronger than, is bigger than killing the 2 stones, right? And so if it was close before killing the 2 stones, while killing the 2 stones and giving the big black moyo, then if this destroying the big black moyo should be fine for White, right? So yeah, if I were White, maybe I would invade directly. Just invade, destroy this area, and if this is done, then game is pretty much over. Because in this position, something is really important to. It's always difficult in the game of Go. Should I invade? Should I for the right time? Should I just reduce? Those are complicated, but in this position, we can think like this. If Black plays one more move, then we said he makes 50 points in this area, right? With one move, there will be 50 points. If White plays this move and something like that happen, how many points can, let's say White escapes. I don't know how. And this time, how many points for Black? Like 30 maximum 30. So invading here destroys 20 points, and also this could aim to attack something around there. So my point is that here is quite urgent for both players to play, because there is a weakness in Black's position. So if Black plays first, he takes a lot of points while he defends his weakness at the same time. So in one move, Black does 2 things. So this is why it's really important area, because invading here, usually invading only to destroy points, usually is not such a great idea, because you will destroy 20 points or something, but usually you get a weak group and will just run away, and actually usually the opponents can find a way to compensate those 20 points that you destroy by attacking the weak group. But in this case, it's different because Black has weakness. So it's like White invades and actually can aim to attack Black. So this is really nice, to invade an area and be able to aim for opponent's weakness. Then it's much easier to settle the group. So as I said, that destroying 20 points and getting weak is not a great idea usually. Now it's different because you invade And because your opponent has some weaknesses, it's quite easy to settle. So if you can destroy 20 points and get settled, then it's great, right? 20 points is a lot. So, and in this case, that's pretty much the case, because black has a weakness, so he plays, let's say, quite a slow move to defend his weakness. So then white can, it's like white got a free move to, for his invasion, right? So that's what I mean. Always have to check when you want to invade, like, does my opponent have a weakness? If he does have a weakness, then I should strongly consider to invade, because I will destroy points. And because my opponent is weak, then it would be much easier to settle my group. Yeah. Yeah, this is something really important, I would say, in the decision taking of invading or not, like to see how strong your opponent is. So I really want to invade here as white, and I, for the same reason, really want to defend as black. But in the game, white played differently. White played this move. I believe he was just expecting for black to connect, and then he would play elsewhere. This is good exchange, because later on, white might try to cut off the black stone in the center. So this would definitely be a good exchange. Then probably white would want to play elsewhere after that. So maybe he wanted to invade, which then would feel pretty nice. I guess white would have a good game here, but black answered really smartly, and this is really good move, I believe, from Altan to block from this side. This is really a global move. Like, the idea is that white is willing to sacrifice those two stones eventually in order to build up for this area. And at the same time, if black is stronger here, as we said before, as many black can get in this area, as hard it gets for white to invade, right? So actually, by playing this move, maybe white killed this invasion point. So yeah, this is really nice play by black. So what happened after that? Actually, it's quite difficult position. So white exchange this move, and then white, yeah. So yeah, I mean, feels forced for black to capture, and then, so is it the game? Yeah. And then this and this and this. Yeah. And then something like this happened. Is that the game? Okay. Well, in order to know who is this sequence good for, yeah, we should count once more. So depending on who's winning, the sequence is good for one or both. So what would black play? Now black probably would protect this group, because now black became really strong, so it's impossible now for white to invade the right side. I mean, white can try, but this time black is really strong, so I don't believe this is possible. So how many points? Let's count again. Oh yeah, still around 50 for black on the right side. So 53, 63. So For black, it pretty much didn't change, around 65. For white, we said like 15 on the bottom, and the top. How much is the top? So 45 something. So 15 with the bottom. So oh my god, actually it's still a close game. Well, my counting is maybe really accurate, but at least it's a playable game for both. I guess it's quite close if it's something like this, but actually I don't know if what did black play after this move? Whoa. Whoa. Oh, I see. Tried some things here, then this one, and then this one. I mean, this move does make sense to keep developing the center area for black. But this does make sense, but then if you want to develop the center area, then you should play it directly, because all of those exchange are minus for black, especially this square exchange. This is a big minus, really big minus. Losing points and creating, actually, still no problem, but there could be one day some weakness here. So far it doesn't work, because black can answer like this, but a bit more agi. Is it only agi? Yeah, well, this is only agi, but black at least lose a lot of points in this area. Actually, maybe even white. This doesn't work because black can play here. But anyway, this would be annoying. And this only works because of that exchange. If this exchange is not done, then there's nothing. So maybe, yeah, this makes sense. This one makes sense. Try to develop, but actually after honey, what to do? I don't know what. Maybe you just want to sacrifice this and play like this. Which one is bigger between this and killing the two stones? So here, then white would play what? Maybe something like this. Which one is bigger? Not easy to say. So this sequence or not there. Or this sequence. I'm not sure. Not easy to say. Maybe it's quite even. Maybe, yeah, killing the two stones or center about the same value. Maybe about the same. So let's go back to that moment. Here, I believe that if white invades directly and destroy this area, white has a good game. Because black wouldn't have any points anywhere. So this is good timing, I guess. But maybe white played a bit like naive move, like hoping for black to connect here, then invade maybe. But yeah, black answered in a really good way. So after that, game became close again, I guess. So what did happen in the game? So this, and then here. And then what? Yeah. What just captured the 2 stones? What? Oh. Okay. This is a tough game. Well, my first idea would be to play Hane. Or at least like this. Actually, if black plays here, that's really a lot of points. Why not answer Hane as white? Anyway, black is not gonna play this move, otherwise it just feels weird to have exchanged it before. But, so this move, how much points? Not so big actually, 1, 2. Like 15 points. About 15 points. But this Nobi, I am pretty sure it's bigger than 15 points. Compared to white playing Hane, yeah, this Hane is really big. So actually I'm still wondering now who's winning if black just plays in this way, because we said 50 points earlier, but now almost 17 points. So 20 more, and white took 15 more. So yeah, white lost a bit in this exchange. White lost a bit if black just plays here. But black, I don't understand. Black pushed. I don't see the meaning. Oh, black wants to cut. Oh my god. This is so violent. Okay, yeah, black wants to kill everything, but actually, yeah, so black's plan probably is to cut off the white stones. This is probably the black's plan, which is a nice plan. If it happens, it's pretty nice. But white's never gonna play in this way. He will, I mean, he would gladly sacrifice the 2 stones, right? So I'm not sure what black gets in this change. But white played, did white play here? Yeah, white played here. Then black played this one. Oh, Mehmet's on the chat. Hi. So I'm checking the YouTube chat. So white needed that deep invasion. Sorry, don't have audio. Oh yeah, you cannot hear me? Well, if you cannot hear me, then that's quite a problem for me to answer. But yeah, there is sound. Okay. Yeah, just to answer to your question. Usually, this kind of question, do we need to go this deep? I wouldn't think it that way. If you can go, just go. I mean, if it works, just do it. If in your mind you say that it's working, then you should try it. Even if there's maybe, I mean, okay, if you're leading by 50 points, okay, you don't have to take any risk. Yeah, you can just maybe lose 10 points and say, okay, I will just win by 40. Okay, but usually games are not small close, right? So I wouldn't want not to play a move that works just because I'm leading. This is not, I mean, like, there's no fighting spirit. This is just, my style, but I believe that all the strong Go players, like the top pros or even the strong amateurs, they always want to go further and further. So even if they are leading, they keep pushing, and usually it's a better attitude. Like if you start to go down, then psychologically you can lose the game. And if you start losing the game psychologically, then it happened to me many times also, and I saw that many times. So players that I ahead and keep playing slow because they think they're winning, so and they lose the game in the end. So if an envision works, I would always do it than the reduction. And in this case, so where were we? We were like in this position. Like with my experience, I might be wrong, of course, but with my experience, this stone cannot die. So I will do it, because if this stone cannot die, then I destroy a lot of points. So yeah, good news, right? So I might be wrong, of course. Maybe I would die, but my experience tells me that it wouldn't die because of the many weaknesses that black has. So I would always believe in those kind of feelings. Even if it's wrong, then at least I would know why and I would improve. So yeah, I think it's better to try things, and even if it doesn't work, okay, but it doesn't work. Maybe you die or you try to kill and you didn't kill, but at least you learned why, and then you can feel where is the limit. Can I go deeper or no, I cannot? Then you can know this kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that this invasion works. So yeah, I would just do it. So let's go back to the game. Were we? Whoa. Oh, our game is over. Game is still going on, or you? Okay, something really difficult happened. So, where were we? Oh, no. Where is the main variation? Oh, I lost my variation. Oh, okay. We're there. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a bit struggling with OGS variation. I should. So. This is not the one. Yeah, this is the one. Then, okay, this. Then, where did white play? Okay, white protected here. Then like pushed. And then white invades. Okay. Well, if white invades this deep, yeah, it only can mean one thing, is that white is losing. So if white invades this deep, yeah, it probably means that this is not enough. Like this. Maybe he counted that it's not enough. I don't know. Because this invasion feels really deep. Let's check what happened in the game. Oh, Black just played this one. Okay. I've just been told that Altan resigned, so yeah, I guess let's check what happened. Black played this one. Oh, it's really difficult. That is really difficult position now because Black tenokid this white stone, so probably now white can live with these stones, like attaching here, sliding or peeping stuff. So probably this stone can live now, but there's still another problem now. Cut also makes a lot of points, so even if white lives, might not be enough, but still, my feeling is after this move, what happens after that? Is there a way to kill this white stone? This would be really difficult to kill. This would be really difficult to kill. And let's say if something like that happens, like the simplest variation in the world, probably it will never happen like this, but and that black cuts here. Then white is probably fine. He destroyed more points than what black gets. So maybe the black's tenuki is a bit ambitious because now it becomes easy for white to live. And if white lives, probably it's fine for white. So maybe black, but how to kill this stone though? The ugliest way. I want to play ugly, but actually sometimes ugly is good. Yeah, I don't know how to live after that. No way to live. I don't see any way for white to live after this exchange. And actually, this is probably even a minus for white to have exchanged that because it made the center stronger. But let's check a bit. So if like this is center. So you can block there, or actually even just don't block, but just connect. How to find two eyes? No way to find two eyes in this shape. I don't believe there can be two eyes. No. Actually, there's a bit of weakness. Oh, there is some kind of weakness though. Oh, there are some kind of weakness. But this could be really difficult. Maybe, I don't know, black can try in this way. It still feels difficult for white to live, even like black is too strong in the outside, I guess. Oh, I think, yeah, black should have tried to kill these 2 stones. But in the game, so he played there, and then white invaded here, right? So exchange this and this and this and this and this. Yeah, just 1 minute. 20 seconds. I go back online. Hello?
Artık istediğini alamıyorsun. Yine de bunu mu yapmam lazım?
Yeah, okay, sorry. So after that, what happened? Like, right here, tries to kill. But yeah, this is a big weakness. And then, yeah, then there's a liberty race, but yeah. Okay, and then Altan resigned. So Özgür won the tournament. Nice play, nice play. So, what to say about this game? The opening stage felt quite okay for both. Then, wait. Oh, I have so many variations, it's so difficult, sorry. Yeah. So up to now, I would have said that black did fine into settling both of his weak group, and then if he manages to settle his 2 stones directly, then I would say that black has a good game. White doesn't have much pawn, right? If he can save those 2 stones. So yeah, I think it was the time for black to try to do something. But black tried something else. Didn't work well. I mean, this sequence, because of this very here. Actually, black didn't get anything here because white remained solid, and black lost cente. Black lost cente, so white could get strong in the outside, and white took points, and he stayed strong. So this sequence was definitely really nice for white. And then I believe that was the time for white to invade. But white didn't and tried something else. Where can I find it? Was it? Yeah, this move. And at this point, yeah, this black move, yeah, could have turned the game around if black could transfer all of his right side potential in 2 points. Then black has a chance to win. So after that, it was pretty close, I guess, but I don't know, my counting might not be so accurate, but at least this was a better sequence for black than what he would have if white had invade, I guess. And then here, yeah, it's really difficult position, but in the end, I think the last black's mistake was to Tanuki this invasion here. After white lived there, then yeah, no chance for black. But if black can kill this one, it's really not. I mean, yeah, this time probably it's okay for white because white did manage to kill the two stones and also reduce the center. So this would probably be okay for black. But I mean, compared to what was it? This Nobby. Here, then, yeah, I think this would be a really close game. And actually, even the end game seems to favor black. Well, maybe not sure, but yeah. Anyway, not so many end game moves. So yeah. But as we said, like we said, what, like 70 points for black plus 10 points on the left plus 3, so 85 almost for black. So yeah, 85 is a lot. 85 is a lot of points. Hey, let's check one more time the upper side for white. Uh, 65 and 15, yeah, 80. Oh, maybe it's not clear. Yeah, maybe 80 points plus Sente plus Komi. So, yeah, maybe, yeah, still white is not so bad. Maybe still white is not so bad. So, yeah, I think black only did one really bad sequence on the bottom side. This sequence actually really cost him a lot. The sequence on the bottom, and then after that, yeah, maybe Özgür game, and he managed to pull it out really well. So yeah, congrats to him. And so tournament is over. So I guess I can stop the commenting now. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry if I didn't manage to answer all the questions. So see you soon. Goodbye.